So I think the question in everybody's brain right now is how are Cavs up 8-0? Now let's talk about their maestro, Kenny Atkinson. He was top 5, he was 5th in the rank for NBA Coach of the Year. So this man has great potential and he's showing it in this team. Joel Embiid has not even played a game yet. His suspension I feel is a very lurky area, is a very area that you really cannot say who is right, who is wrong. You can't give him a lot of shit for this is what I would say. Adding to this shit show is your Milwaukee Bucks. Coaches are Darvin Ham and Doc Rivers. This is what is gonna happen, right? It's going to be a shit show. Hanji, hello, welcome to the third episode of The Court and the Culture, your one-stop shop for everything NBA. From the games to what's happening around in their lives, everything you'll get it here. So come on, let's start it. First, let's check what's the standings, what's happening right now, okay? So in the Eastern Conference, the Cavs are number 1 with an 8-0 record. And shockingly, Bucks are 15th, the last. Everyone thought Bucks will be the one giving Celtics competition, but up here we have Cavs giving them competition. Then in the Western Conference, you have OKC leading. I think we all expected OKC to be number 1. But Phoenix is a close number 2. And Phoenix, again, I would say, has a beautiful performance at the start of the season. So I think the question in everybody's brain right now is how are Cavs up 8-0? Nobody knows. Even I was very shocked. That's why I went and did like a deep dive into how they are 8-0. So number 1, they stuck to the basketball basics. They didn't go and try signing your best players or anything. They kept their core team intact. They had a beautiful performance last season. Nobody expected them to reach the semifinals of the conference, of the Eastern Conference. So this time they made it even better. They kept that team intact and they got a new head coach who is doing great. His name is Kenny Atkinson. So their core comprising of Donna, Garland, Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, they are doing so good and their team is so deep. Now, one more thing I want to tell you guys is that the Cleveland Cavaliers is the second. They rank second in scoring in NBA right now, just falling short of the Boston Celtics. And they even have one of the highest 3-point percentages ever. So this shows that how good this team is shaping up to be. So now let's talk about their maestro, Kenny Atkinson. Number 1, he was the boss. This is only his second job as a head coach. And he was actually the assistant coach of the GSW in 2022 when they won the NBA Finals. I think he's taking that experience and then, his Brooklyn Nets experience from 2016 to 2020 and bringing it all together to, flourish this team. He actually got a few from his Brooklyn Nets tenure also. Jarrett Allen, all he's gotten from there only. And adding to all of this, he was top 5. He was 5th in the rank for NBA Coach of the Year. So this man has great potential and he's showing it in this team. Let's see, are they going to give competition to the Boston Celtics? Now, this was a great example of showing how a good team and a good coach together. The example of that was previous year also with the Boston Celtics. A good team building up, won the championship. Let's see what happens with Cavs this time. But now let me take you how this can go the bad way also. Let's take 76ers as an example. They're 14th on the table right now. Everybody thought coming into the trades and coming into the season that they will be number 1, number 2, number 3 seed. They had PG, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid on the roster. Who would not think that they would be top? Now Tyrese is still doing all he can, but now PG was injured. He is just coming on. And that is also like he's barely making it. Joel Embiid has not even played a game yet. And with that, he's facing so many incidents, problems. As he said that, I'm not going to play back-to-back games because of his knee injury. Now that is doing an investigation into the team. Adding to that, he went and shoved a reporter because of which he's suspended for 3 games. And Joel Embiid is set to return on November 12th, which is the first game of the NBA Cup. So when he comes for that, he can't even play that because 3 games to that, he's suspended. And, his suspension, I feel, is a very lurky area, is a very area that, you really cannot say who is right, who is wrong. Because, okay, he shoved a reporter, not good. That's like you are a superstar, you have to have a certain behavior. But, you cannot say who is right, who is wrong. Just because Joel Embiid was not coming for a few games, the reporter went at his son, at his late brother, at his late younger brother. He went saying, like things about them, obviously, which made Embiid get very angry and push them off. Like he devotes all his, achievements to his younger brother, like who tragically passed away. He's actually named his son his brother's name, having so much emotional connect. And when somebody comes and speaks wrong about that, you are tend to get a little angry, right? And with all this pressure on his mind right now means you can't give him a lot of shit for this is what I would say. Like he also deserves some respect in the end. He is a superstar. He did play a big role in making USA win the Olympic gold. So I think the reporter is equally or more at fault in this situation. But in the end, 76ers not giving the performances all people expected. Now, adding to this shit show is your Milwaukee Bucks. Barely this Giannis is able to push them, even though they're coming 15th now. Dame is not stepping up. The bench is not working. Now, when your coaches are Darvin Ham and Doc Rivers, this is what is going to happen, right? It's going to be a shit show. And I'm scared actually for the Bucks because, again, I expected Bucks to be a top contender. But now they're 15th on the table. Defense is horrible. 3-point shot is horrible. I don't know. They really need to do something to step up. Otherwise, Giannis is going to go because there are rumors that Giannis might get traded to the Knicks. Now just think, Jalen Brunson with the Giannis. Oh my God, that'll be crazy. If Doc and Darvin Ham do not suffice to Giannis and his needs, and Chris Middleton's also actually not back yet, but whatever. If Bucks do not rise again and he does get traded to the Knicks, that is going to be something really interesting. Let's go to the culture bit. Okay, now your quote part is over. We've talked about the game. We've talked about, the specialities of the game, deep dive into the game. Now let's go into the culture part. What's happening in and around. Number one, I would like to show you guys what the Intuit Dome is. So I think for 15 years, the Lakers and the Clippers had the same home ground. But now they created the Intuit Dome, which costed them $2 billion. And it took them 9 years to make it. But they wanted that to be a one-of-a-kind experience for any fan arriving in that arena. Let me tell you about the few cool things they have. Number one, they have a Face ID scan through which you can do everything. So before going, you have an app, you have your ticket, you scan your face, and then you can just go into the stadium, no ticket, no nothing, get into the face recognition, get into the stadium. You want to go eat something, face recognition, pick something up, your app is automatically connected to your credit card, whichever payment method you want to do. It's connected to you, go pick up your pretzel, pick up your hot dog, eat it. It's automatically done. You don't even need to take your card, take your keys, take your phone, nothing. You can go just aram se to the game, watch it, eat what you want, and have no stress of taking the card off, waiting in lines, nothing like that. They have enough counters to make sure this is the best experience ever you will get. Another cool factor that they have this separate section called the wall. What the wall is, it is an area just in front of the rim, which is specially for Clippers fans. Nobody is allowed to cheer for any other team or wear any other team jerseys or anything in the wall area. More elevated manner to make sure that whichever row you are sitting on, you have the perfect viewing experience. And just not for them, for the whole of arena, they have a 4K 1 acre LED on top. That makes sure that wherever you are sitting, you have a great view of the stats, the score, the videos. You never miss anything. So what is great about this Intuit Dome and the wall is that if you have to be a Clippers hardcore fan to be in it. And the more you shout, there are vibration sensors which will decode, okay, this man is shouting or this woman is shouting so much, we will give them, say, a free hot dog this time or free fries the next time they come. So the more you shout, the more benefits Intuit Dome gives you. So they're making it such a fan-led experience to make sure people will come again and again and making it the best experience of a game ever. And they even have this pretty cool thing that from the 4K LED screen, so from down, they'll show that there people are throwing t-shirts like the gun, what happens in typical NBA games. But they have receivers on the top and the below of the screen. So wherever you are sitting in this whole arena, you have the chance of winning a t-shirt. You just don't need to be in the front. You can be in the back rows and still get a t-shirt, showing that they want to give everybody an VIP experience. Now, one more very, very interesting thing I came across. Credits to ESPN for this. I saw their video which amazed me. It showed me that Anthony Edwards can charge an iPhone up to 4 hours by his own power, generated by himself. Sounds interesting, right? Let me tell you about it. So Anthony Edwards weighs 24 more pounds than an average NBA guard. But yet, he is as shifty and as quick as one of the quickest guards in the league, that's Kyrie Irving. They take 1.5 seconds to go from the 3-point line to the basket. 1.5 seconds. And this is not just all. So his iconic turnaround jump shot, he turns at about 580 degrees per second. That is equal to one of the best players in the NFL. It is because of this 580 degree per second turnaround that he can create a 5-foot distance between him and his defender. That is exactly the same space Michael Michael Jordan created in his turnaround shot. So he's having, Michael Jordan's bit, Kyrie Irving's bit. That makes him a very whole player. All the power comes from his fast twitch muscle fibers, which convert stored energy into explosive power. And these muscles enable him to generate up to 5,000 watts of peak power, which shows that he can charge an iPhone for 4 hours. And this even shows on why his defensive reach, his defensive arc is even more than Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is 3 inches taller to him. He's supposed to have one of the biggest wingspans and the best defenders in the NBA. Anthony Edwards can jump 10 feet and 8 inches away from the basket and still make that dunk, which is why you saw those crazy dunks last year and you will continue to do so. So this shows that Anthony Edwards is a power machine who is going to soon be one of the faces of the league and is going to have a crazy career. I just hope he doesn't go right, left, wrong in any other thing. If he goes the way he is going with his, physical abilities and his mental abilities, he is going to be one of the greats. I came across these new Kobe's, which are, I think they were Halloween part or whatever. They are glow in the dark and you can see like a full skeleton on him. So they also look pretty cool. So guys, this was the part of the culture round. Now for my bonus segment, let me tell you all what are the good songs which are going on right now. So what I'm listening to right now, there's this song called Jugri. That's by Vishal Dadlani. You should listen to it. Hold On by Tegi Pannu. And No Doubt by Supreme Sidhu. These are songs you guys should listen to. These are my freshest song of the week and you should give it a try. And let me know if you want to hear more songs like this or if you guys have recommendations. So thank you all for watching the 3rd episode of The Court and Culture. I hope you all enjoyed it and I'm going to keep giving you NBA updates. So until then, I am signing off. Thank you all for watching and please share and subscribe to Game On. Thank you.